What's up guys, Saivo here, and today I'm gonna tell you a few things about Aion, the game in general, about the classes in the game, and about what you should expect from this particular game if you start playing it. I'm really excited to make this video because last week Aion launched on Steam, so that's really good. I saw a lot of new players and I thought, why not make a video about the classes, because it's really important that in Aion you would choose one class and stick to it and work for it. Unlike other games like Guild Wars 2, for example, in which you get to level 20, you can do for the rest of your life PvP on that particular character without PvE, or Wildstar, that you can level up a character really easy to level 50 and then just take him in an alt GA raid and gear him up to his teeth, and one run you're already done. Aion is a different game. It's a bit harder game in that sense, in getting good gear, the proper gear, and enchanting it, socketing it, making it the best it can be. So here it goes. I'm gonna start off by saying that if you want to make a new character in Aion, if you're from Steam, nice to meet you. If you're from anywhere else, nice to meet you as well. Join the Asmodeans. You can see there on the left in the banner. Join the Asmodeans today, earn a free gold pack, 15 days. Now, Gold Pack is the subscription of Aion. You can buy it with in-game money. You can buy it with real money from the website by buying coins. Now, in-game, depending on the server, it costs more or less. That's up to the server, to the marketplace there. Now, I'm gonna start off with showing you the servers. First of all, we have 16 servers in Aion. After 6 years of a game, I'm really proud to say that there are 16 servers, which all of them are more or less full, especially on the Ilios faction. That leads me to telling you that there are two factions, Ilios and Asmodeans. Most of the people like Ilios because they look a bit more humanly, a bit more tanned, a bit more pink, a bit more light. In the Asmodean faction, we don't have so much sun, we have more snowy zones, and we have hair on our back, like a nice, really cool stripe of hair that makes us a fucking beasts. Now, having that said, pick the Asmodeans for 3 reasons. 1, I'm there. 2, you can meet me. And 3, it's a much cooler faction to be in than the Helios. Trust my word on that. 16 servers, some of them, one of them is in Turkish language, one of them Polish, one of them Italian, couple of them German, couple of them French, the rest of them English. Now, keep in mind that on most of these servers you cannot create an Ilios character because there are too many. Aion is about PvP, sieges, and PvE in that order. So if you're only into PvE, you can definitely play the game, but there will be some elements in the game that, will force you to do some PvP. Maybe you make some friends. Your friends in Aion are probably gonna be PvPers because, everyone does this in Aion, PvPs, because it's really fun and it's cool. We're going to select Telemachus. It tells us that we cannot create an Ilios. We don't want to create an Ilios. As for character creation, this is the character screen. It looks like this in Asmodean with a nice dark red background. I'm going to create a character for you guys, and you're going to see how that looks like. We're going to double click Asmodean, and we're going to start with Warrior. As you can see, there is Warrior, Scout, Mage, Priest, Engineer, and Artist. Now, all of these classes, except Artist, branch out into two other classes that you need to select at level 9. At level 9, you're gonna face a nice, always tough for me challenge. For example, I want to create an alt, right? And I want him to be a gladiator. I pick a warrior, and when I reach level 9, I always have doubts, even after 5 years. Should I go for gladiator or should I still go for Templar? That happens for 5 years, and I've had hundreds of alts. Anyway, warrior, you start out as a warrior. At level 9, you're gonna be facing a choice. Either you create a Templar or you create a gladiator. Templar is the tank of the game, really sustainable, long cooldowns, super high defensive skills, super many defensive skills, can be a DPS as well, somewhere above mediocre. We're talking here about competitive DPS, not, yeah, I can DPS. Everyone can DPS, but being really good at DPSing, that's a different story. So here we're talking about being really good. Templar is above average, towards the good side, never number 1. Gladiator is the other branch from Warrior. Both of these branches wear plate. so you are super sustainable by gear by default. Take a lot of magic damage because plate has very few magic resistance, but that's one of the things I'm going to show you in another video, how to counter that. Anyway, gladiators, they are the AoE beasts. Plate, they wear a pole arm, or they can wear two one-handed weapons for high DPS in PvE. Gladiators are super cool in PvP, same as Templars. Templars are really survivable, and gladiators are really nice and brutal. So if you want a brutal class, Gladiator is for you. In PvE, Gladiator can do a lot of damage, and in PvP as well, they are really wanted. And I think Gladiator can be, I don't think, I know that Gladiator is one of the top DPSs in PvE as well, especially if they have two-handed weapons and they weave. Going now to Scout, they wear leather armor. They can branch out into two separate classes. One of them is the Assassin. In my opinion, the best PvE damage if you play it perfectly. If you don't play it perfectly, you're gonna suck balls for the rest of your life. That's in PvE. That's for assassins. In PvP, assassins have height, have CCs, they have really high burst, so everything you need to have shitloads of fun. Scouts can also go to be a ranger. A ranger wears a bow. Nice damage in PvE. One of the top damages, top DPSs in PvE and in PvP as well. Range, DPS, slows, silences. What more could you want? And high damage. So super cool to play either assassin or ranger in PvP. Mages, they wear light armor. One of them can become a spirit master, or you can become a sorcerer. Spirit Master is the CC type of class. It has slows, it has fears, it has roots, lots of dots, so their damage is over time. It takes time to do damage as a Spirit Master, but you make it at the end, and I would say that the only class that can rival an Assassin in PvE as damage is a Spirit Master well played. So that's my observation after playing 5 years of this game, and um, I know I'm right. Now, Sorcerer, very bursty, um, high cooldown skills, but really much damage on them, and they wear cloth armor, so they are both of them a little bit more squishier than other classes. But these days, Sorcerers can in PvP even one-shot you if you don't have the appropriate gear, and if they have better gear than you, then yeah, it's kind of one shot if the sorcerer knows what to do and you kind of don't. Priests, one of them can become a cleric. The other option that you have is a chanter. Cleric is the main healer of the game. Cleric can also be a DPS in PvE. I forgot to tell you about the sorcerer, really good DPS in PvE as well, one of the top there. Priest, cleric can be nice DPS in PvE, not gonna be super top unless all the other classes suck in your pre-made, then you are gonna be top. We're talking here about equal skill, equal gear. So priest, cleric, not that top DPS, but still very survivable, the main healer of the game, so if you're into healing, cleric is for you. The other branch from priest would be a chanter. Chanter in PvP, super cool to play Chanter, very brutal and very aggressive looking skills. I love a Chanter. In PvP, does pretty nice if you have the gear. If you don't have the gear, you're gonna feel bad. In PvE, don't even try to be a DPS in PvE because you're never gonna reach the competitive side ever in this current meta that we're in. Chanter can be a support for the group. Chanter is a very good support for the group. Chanter can give a lot to the group, so don't worry that you're not going to be taken into groups as a DPS. You are going to be taken into groups as a support. So Chanter can have some healing skills, Chanter can have some DPS skills, some persistent buffs, some long-lasting buffs, some short-term buffs that increase cast speed, attack speed. Very important to any composition. They wear chain, by the way. So clerics and enchanters wear chain, which is the soft version of plate. Very survivable as well. Engineers, they branch out into Aethertechs, which is the robot behind, or they go to gunners, which is this type of this type of characters that you see in the front. Gunners, they do really good in PvP. They have high magic damage, both of the gunners and Aether takes, they have really high magic damage these days, especially the gunner. They can do really nice in PvE, in PvP, sorry. In PvE, not so much. They can be somewhere there, somewhere in the middle of the pack as a gunner or a robot. I wouldn't say that they are top. Never seen. I don't really trust gunners, Aether techs, or bards for that matter of fact. Since we're here, this is an artist. Artist can go into one class only, which is called a bard. Bard is a bit of spirit master, sorcerer, chanter, and cleric. So if you're playing a bard, you're gonna be somewhere in between of everything. Somewhere in between a really good DPS and a shitty DPS, somewhere in between a really good healer and a shitty healer. So you're gonna be taken into groups for your support abilities, you're gonna be taken into groups for your DPS abilities. You can provide a lot of DPS, but you need to always be more geared than the assassin next to you in order to do as much damage as he does, if both have the same skill, of course, and the same ping. Sorry, forgot to tell you. Engineers, the gunners, they wear light armor. The robots, this is considered as a chain. So the robot is considered as a chain for you, right? The artist wears a light armor as well. Now these are the classes, guys, in Aion. Keep in mind one very important thing. It is very nice if you would pick a class and you would stick to that class, because in Aion you need gear. Getting gear in Aion is a bit more of a grindy process than in other games. After you get gear in Aion, you need to enchant your gear, plus it to a higher level, right? That requires a lot of money that you make by, you know, not spending on alting and you know, screwing around, money that you get by playing your main, money that you get by farming. So if you invest a lot of money, like 5 months worth of farming into a class, or if you want to deposit 50 euros, 100 euros and make some money like that, that's perfectly fine. You spend them on one class and then you decide, shit, I don't want to play this class. So watch this video again if you didn't understand what these classes are about. And please focus on one class. It is really important. If you have an alt, keep it at level 40 or 50 maximum. Don't go to level 60, 65 with an alt, because you're just gonna end up feeling sorry about yourself. Of course, if you're into high-end competitive things. If you just want to have funsies and just do the occasional random easy dungeon, make all of these 8, 9, 10, 11 classes to 65. As a short recap, guys, Warrior can go to Templar, main tank, or Gladiator, can tank as well, does damage AoE. Ranger and Assassin wears leather, high damage both of them. Mage and Spirit Master wears cloth, high damage both of them. Spirit Masters with a plus there in PvP. Priest, this goes to Cleric, Chanter, Cleric main healer, Chanter support healer. Engineer goes to Gunner and Aether Tech, both of them above average damage, never number one, never the last. Pretty fun to play, Gunner and Robot as well. Artist goes to Bard, a nice in-between hybrid support DPS. So you can level up without any problems on all of the classes, starting from Templar main tank to Chanter low DPS. No problem at all leveling up these days in Aion. It's only a 10 game when you want to do some really cool content that you may find these things not so nice. Other than that, guys, I hope you pick your class well. I hope to see you in game. Lots of love and stay tuned.